Hello everybody, hello and welcome. Welcome to Heart of a Hobbit here on the LOTRO stream Twitch channel. And I am your host, Little Redhead. I'll be taking you around the world. Hey, just right, good to see you. Oh, hey, if you can hear me, give me let me know. I don't have my usual sound tester to confirm these things for me. So I'm like flying out into the world and hoping. Okay, great, thank you. So here we are on Lord of the Rings Online, and I will be taking you around the world of LOTRO today. We are focusing on the Farmers Faire, and the Farmers Faire is so Lord of the Rings Online has a whole bunch of things that you can do. You can, you go into the world and you play as a hobbit or an elf or whatever, and you run around, in the world of Middle Earth, doing things, helping the Fellowship, making sure that they remain hidden and that their quests as they are hopefully successful. So you do what you can kind of like behind the scenes and help out with those sorts of things as you, the adventurer, are out there doing. But there's also throughout the year various festivals that happen because, people like to gather and be festive and do fun things together. So right now is an event called the Farmers Faire. Now there used to also be another event called the Summer Festival, but that one kind of ended up getting really, really close to the new Midsummer Festival, which began like 2 years ago. So what they ended up doing last year is they combined the Farmers Faire and the Summer Festival, so pushing it just a tad later here into August. So during this festival, there are things to do. The main hubs are here at Bywater, at the in the Bywater central town part, but then also the pond at Bywater, and then up at the hill, up at the party tree. So last week we spent a lot of our time here in Bywater. So just kind of give you a quick overview. So here we are in Bywater, and you've got these party goers who are maybe having a bit too much to drink, and you scold them on behalf of the bounder. We did that last week. You've got the lady over here who's making ice cream. You've got this fellow over here who needs this whole area resupplied on a pretty regular basis, and so he has a quest that you can go and you do one every day, and it satisfies a deed if you do all of them. You've got this overworked lady back here, and once you start a quest with her, a number of the customers here, 6 of them, open up with quests of their own, and you have like 15 minutes to see if you can do all of their quests. Interestingly, each one of those 6 quests and her timed quest all count towards your daily quest that you're trying to do. So that's a really quick way to try and work through and get your 10 quests if you're doing the daily wrapper. That's one way to do it. There's the fat mayor. He's enjoying all of the lovely things that have been brought to the festival and trying a sampling of each. So he's having a good time. And then throughout this area here, you've got like vegetables over here that you might need for, say, the stew. You need those carrots, or these apples you might need for the people's grocery lists. You've got the meat stall over there if you need to go and grab meat for people's grocery lists. So you've got all sorts of stuff going on. You did not get an email notification about this stream. I did tweet earlier, but I don't know, where do your email notifications come from? Because I switched from Thursdays to Tuesdays, but that was like, I don't know, a couple months ago, really, wasn't it? Seems like a long time ago. Feels like a long time ago, doesn't it? Well, I'm glad you're here. Even if you did not get an email notification, I'm glad you found me anyway. So the rest of this area is, just finding the different things that you might need for the recipes. So that's kind of what's happening here in this central area. So you can absolutely do 10 quests in this area and never have to leave. And in fact, so we have our own little hub of festival people. So you've got Dill Goodchild. He has one set of festival rewards. He has, I think, the summer festival stuff. Hobbit Dance 4 emote, the fountain emote, which is very silly, bubbling fish pipe emote, which I actually quite like. So you've got, these folks are hanging out here. Caltha Tunnelly, she is the other rewards vendor, and so she has the newest items and a whole bunch of stuff. She has 9 pages worth of stuff. She's got a lot. Oh, you have notifications on, so you normally get an email. Well, that's pretty cool. I don't know, maybe I just snuck in. Maybe the notification system decided it was too hot and they're not going to just bother doing anything right now. No, I'm kidding. It is a little warm today again. We're in a heat wave here in the Netherlands. It's 29 degrees today, and that would be in the Celsius variety. So for those of you who are Fahrenheit, that would be 84. So it's about 84 degrees right now outside. I think that's our high today. So that's not so bad, but anything above, well, if it's above 25 for like 5 days in a row or more, and at least 3 of those are 30 degrees or more, then it's officially a heat wave. And so I'm not sure if we've actually left the heat wave or if we're still in it. Because, yeah, yesterday had a high of like 26. Tomorrow is only supposed to be a high of 25, so that'll be nice. Oh, and some rain. Oh, that'll be good, because we're in a drought here too. So that's really a bummer. Oh, it finally cooled down there for you? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it's been just crazy, right? The weather everywhere has just been crazy hot. Like, I'm grateful for actually what we've got here, because like our friends in the US, like in Colorado and such, they're just like, oh my gosh, it's been 100 degrees for them Fahrenheit and many over 90 degree days. And oh my gosh, I'm really glad we're here. Even if we have these like occasional heat waves and the drought, but I mean, there's drought in the US. Like I grew up in Colorado, right? And that's where we were living right before we came here, and 4 years ago now. But the water rights in Colorado and the West is such a highly contentious thing, and stuff that was set, in the past. And interestingly, some of the allotments that were done. So basically, it was done based on like numbers that were really high numbers, really good numbers, and it wasn't like, it was kind of a peak time. And so unfortunately, everybody's based their numbers on how the allotment of water should go out in the West based on not what actually exists or hasn't been existing. And of course now with even less water, it's like, oof, it's getting crazy. So I had thought, well, maybe I should, keep property in Colorado so I have some place to go when the waters rise. But like, I don't think there's going to be any water though yeah. So I think we'll be good here. Here is good. So, oh, sorry. Okay. So anyway, we've got our 2 festival people here. We've got Dill Goodchild and Caltha Tunnelly, and those 2 have the general festival rewards that you can purchase using your festival tokens. And they have a lot of old stuff, and then there's a smattering of new stuff this year, and that's with Caltha. Now, Nick Cotton and Jolly Cotton are just chilling out here. Campanula Chubb, she's the festival coordinator. So she's the one you want to talk to pick up that daily 10 quest wrapper. Now, I'll point out real quick before I leave here. There's a horse to Sanson's Farm. It's an immediate horse. Just pops you over there. And then there's one to Bam Furlong. So you can do the mushroom hunt over there and the egg hunt over there. Those are only found here. So why am I saying only found here? Well, because Dill and Caltha and Campanula are also found at the party tree. All 3 of them are up at the party tree as well. And they have some other friends up there too. So what we're going to do is we're going to head up that way. Right, time to get shopping, says LT Nand. Thank you. I have done a lot of shopping. Before we head up to the hill though, and the hill is up over there, where there will be fireworks in the evening. I just want to pop over here by the pond because there's, again, even more quests you can do over here at the pond. And, oh yeah, I was going to, speaking of shopping, so I got, oh, not that one, in the mail, Arda did some shopping and sent me basically one of each of the non-bound items that they purchased. So I will be taking those and putting them into one of our kin houses, where we keep those handy in case anybody wants to snag them as well, who hasn't been to the festival or hasn't had the time. So okay, so here at the pond, the Bywater pond here, there's also a whole bunch of quests, and they're all lined up along here. So you've got Goldie Tunley, she's lost some things, you go fish until you find them. You've got the fishing barter vendor, so if you are doing any fishing, you can trade fish from these quests here into him. You've got Bolo, who's got the big fish, little fish, so you catch big fish but don't catch little fish or you fail the quest. And all the fish you catch, so you can turn into that other guy. You've got Flobert Chubb here, who has Fishy Very Fishy. This is that quest that you can never finish, where you have to catch 10 easy fish, and after you do that, then you have to catch 10, I don't know, I forget what they're called, squirrely fish or whatever. And then once you do that, you have to catch 10 moderately difficult fish, and then after you do that, you catch. So it's like 5 rounds, and in that entire 5 rounds, you can never catch the bad fish. It's just like, it's not, the odds are not with you. You have better odds of like getting struck by lightning or something than winning that one. All right, Daddy Grub though is useful. He has one called the Fishing Hole. This is a 10-minute timed quest. And the reason why that is important is if you are working on Fortunate Festival fishes, which in your deed log is under hobbies, it's not under Class Race Epic Festival, it's under hobbies. So just keep that in mind because I could not remember where it was, so it'd be forever to find it. There's 4 different areas that there's a quest you can do where they're like, hey, go to these 4 places and catch these fish and bring them back here because we're going to restock the pond. And then after you do that, then that opens up this one where basically you go to those 4 areas and at each location, they want you to catch 10 of a particular fish. So here is the Starry Flounder. And I have over time caught 9 out of 10 that I need for this deed. So he's the guy you talk to get that one. Now his quest is only a 10-minute journey that you can stand here and fish and get fish that qualify for that deed. The other 3 locations you can spend 20 minutes. They give you a 20-minute quest. So this one you want to do as regularly as you can because you only get half the time. Let's see, Petunia Hornblower over there, she's got an annoying quest. Melia Pot has a timed quest. So we're going to leave that for a minute, and we'll probably come back to her though. And then Moscow Smallborough, he's the one where he wants you to go around the pond. So he's has a fishtail, and he lost some things. So you go here and over there, and let me get out from underneath there. Let's see, yep, over by the house, and then over by the rocks, and then over here in the tall grasses. So those are where he's lost some things, and he asks you to go find them for him. Okay, so we're gonna head over to the hill though. We're gonna go to the party tree. And if you're a hunter, there is a campfire at the hill, and you can bind your camp to that. So that makes festival travel like super awesome. But I'm going to ride over there, but I'll go around so I don't run into anybody. So you'll notice though, as we're coming up here, there's a lot going on. There's fire, and there's fireworks, and there's people standing around with rings, and there's a big pile of ice over there, and there's all sorts of stuff going on. But we want to go to this little encampment here of people. So notice we again find Caltha Tunnelly up here. She's very fast. We have Dill Goodchild, the other festival rewards guy. And then we have Campanula Chubb, as we were talking about before. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to her and pick up her daily quest, because I'm going to want to start doing quests here. And then we have a handful of other people here that you don't get down in Bywater. So we've got a fireworks vendor. So if you are working on any of those fireworks deeds, or you just want fireworks, I mean, why not? You can come and buy them here. There's also Hobbit fireworks you can buy here. There is a quest over at the Bree Festival grounds during this event, where if you bring him one of each of the different types of fireworks, so hobbits, man, elves, and dwarves, he will offer you, you can exchange that, that pile of 4 for either some festival tokens or for the summer days fireworks. So I did that, and you don't have to like keep getting it. It's not consumed. It is like a skill. So let me open it back up and we'll go ahead and do it. So here we go. We place the firework, it goes up in the air, and there it goes. And it looks like a tree. Isn't that cute? Let me get my inventory out of the way. So that's what you get. Oops, not that thing. Oh, there it goes. So that's what you get if you, and then it has like a 30-second cooldown. So that's what you get if you go and do that trade for him. Now, I didn't realize that it wasn't consumed. I thought this was like another stack of fireworks that I was getting, because those 4 are consumed. You just get it and then you get rid of it, and you use it and it's gone. So I assumed this was the same kind of way, that you would use it and then it was gone. But that is not the case. So you do not have to go and re-get it over and over and over again. Now, one of the reasons why I have a stack of these in my inventory is because, there we go. So I have dwarf fireworks, elf fireworks, hobbit fireworks, and man fireworks, because during, I think it's the anniversary festival, that they give you a box of the, anniversary fireworks. Open this for fireworks, and you open it up and it's like, brrr, you get one of each. So if you hang on to them, you can just use those and do that here. You don't have to go and purchase them around if you don't want to. You can, but you don't have to. Okay, so so she's the fireworks vendor. Oh, nice, the Golden Cave Claw. That was from the Boogan treasure event that just happened. Okay, so then we also have Ernwood Brandybuck here, the quartermaster. She's also a fish person, and she has 3 pages of fish things she'll do. So these are the 4 fishes that you're trying to catch for that deed that I was working on, that Fortunate Festival fishes. And buying it from her doesn't count towards the deed, so no funny ideas there. But I appreciate any of you who just had that thought. But you can trade in any that you got to her as well. So here you can buy them if you want to, because there are some items that you can buy from her and you need one of those fish. So like a starry flounder and 15 Farmers Faire tokens, you can buy a seasonal banner. Some people really like to have the different banners in their yards. So that's the festival banner. From her, you can also buy fireworks launchers. And I think it's a launcher, that goes in your yard. Like, it's a yard item. And so people can just like shoot off fireworks from your yard. It's kind of cute. She has these decorative walls, which it's like literally a housing item. You put a wall in your house and you can turn it and raise it and stuff. So they have different versions. They have one that's 10 meters. They have one that's tall and 10 meters. And then they've got the one that's 20 meters. And then they've got the one that's tall and 20 meters. So depending on what house you're working with, you can pick different things. Now, these walls, and you can find them in lots of different vendors around Middle-earth now, they have different looks to them. This one is the Live Days one, which I think is kind of like little delicate flowers on it. You cannot decorate the wall. The wall comes pre-decorated and it is as it is. So you'll want to make sure that you go looking and find the wall that you want. What I did is I went to Deco de Muse's website, because I cannot remember which is what and what I like and what I don't like. So I went to the website and I looked up the walls there, and then I was able to look and see, okay, I like this wall decoration, I don't like that wall decoration. Now, a lot of the walls come with like a border of wood paneling or stonework or whatever it is, and you cannot affect that. And it may or may not match your house exactly. So basically, do keep in mind that this is going to be like a wall as if it's constructed in your house, and it doesn't necessarily match the, original walls of your house. I mean, we all have that, right? So hopefully you can paint it so it looks the same, or have it come painted the way you're going to decorate your house. Because you can buy the Live Days wallpaper here, and then that matches. So It's just that the borders of the wall that you add to your house won't have that same border necessarily on the outer walls. Okay. So why else do you need those crazy fishes? If you want a large flower bed, it's festival tokens and a kelpal from her to give to her. The summer welcome mat, I got a bunch of those one year. That's also a kelpal and festival tokens. So say you got rid of all your kelpals or you never caught one or whatever, and you really want that summer mat. You're like, I really want that summer welcome mat. Golly darn it, I just don't have one and I want that. You can come here, buy the fish from her, and then turn around and give her the fish and some tokens back, and she'll give you a mat. So, yeah. So she's got a whole bunch of stuff here that you can buy. More decorative walls. I think she might, does she have 4? She might have 4. And they're kind of like the different races kind of look to them. More fireworks launchers, Triumphs of the Dwarves music box. Summer Fest wallpaper is the one that I like. It has kind of like trees like built into it. And then if you do like a color on your wall, then those trees really stick out more. And that's really, really pretty. So the Summer Fest wallpaper is really nice. Now, if you get the decorative wall, that is the dwarf Summerfest, it comes plain and you can't paint it. So it'll have like those hints of the trees, but you won't be able to actually see them the same way that you might have put coloring on your wall. Just a heads up on that. So yeah, we've got some more vegetable gardens. You've got Summer Days music box and Summer Days wall. That is not the same as Summerfest. I have made this mistake multiple times. Just keep that in mind. Oh, I think Summer Days is the one with the little teeny flowers, and I just don't like it. I think it, I don't know, it reminds me of like some old person house or something. It's not my style. Even when I am an old person, I still won't probably like that style. I like a different old person style. Like my old people style will probably be like my crochet projects and stuff like that. That's my old people style. And like the blankets in the background. That's me. I'm actually potentially making a Granny Squares jacket, but I'm looking at Granny Square patterns because I'm like, I don't really like the way Granny Squares look, so I'll be changing it up. But anyway, okay. So those are the 5 people you've got standing there. So it's the 3 from down below as well, plus 2 more. And then if you kind of scoot yourself over this way, aw, Penny Bun, how cute. You've got 3 more folks over here that are useful to talk to. So Becca Burdock, she's here all the time. All the time. I don't know, like she just got nothing else to do. Maybe she just likes hanging out in the Shire. You can trade tokens from one festival to her, and she'll give you a box of festival tokens. You open that box, and it gives you festival tokens of your choice. You pick which category you want. So maybe I would spend the Yule tokens. Maybe I'll spend 25 Yule tokens to buy a box, and then I'm like, I really need more anniversary tokens, and so I'll pick anniversary tokens, and it'll give me like 12 or something. So that's kind of convenient to be able to spend tokens from one festival to get tokens of a different festival. If you do any of the instances, and we will do one of the instances later after we do some quests around here, the Verbena Greenhand, you'll want to become really familiar with her because she's pretty awesome. And when you do the instances that are available during certain festivals, so let me go into my instance finder and let me collapse this and look at seasonal. So here you see we have anniversary, Farmers Faire, spring, and Yule. So these seasonal instances, when you go and do them, you'll get, sometimes you get festival tokens for that festival, but you also will get, especially the lower ones, you'll get festivity tokens. And those are unique. They're not Farmers Faire tokens, they're not Anniversary Fest tokens, they're festivity tokens. And this is how you get them, is through these instances. And then you come to Verbena and you spend them. Now, you do have a wallet limit of 40 of these tokens. So you can reach cap pretty easily if you are running this regularly. So just remember to come back and you know, buy your stuff. But the cool thing is if you are like, okay, I have everything I want from this festival, but there's definitely stuff I want from the next festival, you could just sit there, like get yourself up to max tokens and then just leave it. And then when the next festival starts up, you just boom, go to Verbena and spend them out right away. So she's got some more of those little cute banners. I think she has banners every year or every festival. She's got, oh, this is the Tome of the Woodland Heart. That was nice. It's a deer that follows you around. The tunic set of the Perfect Picnic. It's like the checkered, you know, the checkered look. And let's see, there's also the Cloak of the Perfect. So basically, you know, you take the picnic blanket and you just put it on. The Robe of Leisure. Oh, this is a new one. This is, I think, available in the store. But if you, what kind of gloves am I wearing? Hold up. Hold on, distraction for a moment. Why was I having gloves showing through there? I don't have gloves. I do. We're just going to make sure my gloves don't show through. Okay, let's try that again. Like, what in the world was that? You know, you cultivate a look. Oops. You don't want to mess it up with weird gloves. Okay, so people have been asking for LOTRO to like make the stuff that's available in the store available like other ways. And so I think that's what they're doing here. So my understanding is this Robe of Leisure has an equivalent one you can buy for Mithril coins in the LOTRO store. But like, if you're like me and you don't want to spend Mithril coins on just, you know, any old random thing, I would much rather come here and get it for tokens than to go and spend Mithril coins on it. So, and I haven't actually looked at this. Oh, that's kind of cool in black. That might be a cool winter one. I wasn't planning on getting this one, although I do like the little stuff hanging off the belt. That's fun. Okay, the Robe of Leisure is not bad. There's another one that's new this year, and I was like, not my jam. But what she does have, what Verbena does have, though, so okay, so the Perfect Picnic stuff is cute. And then she's got a handful of really cute cosmetic pets. So you've got the Tome of the Rain Cloud. So you have a little rain cloud following you around, like kind of hovering. Oh, it's so cute. You've got the Tome of the Picnic Pony. Let me see. You know what? Let me get the rain cloud out. Let me go to my pets. Get the rain cloud following me around. Okay, we'll show you in a second. You can buy a picnic blanket, which goes in your yard. It's actually quite cute. Do I have that? I have a spreadsheet where I keep track of all the things that I have. So I will check the spreadsheet before the festival's over and see if I need to pick that up or not. Okay, and then the Vault Quartermaster, if you do the Thrang instance, you get, if you are successful, you get a token of Thrang's Vault token, a token earned by defeating Thrang. And spreadsheet for the win. Yeah, the Innkeeper outfit, I think, is the one that I was just like, it's not really my thing. Oh, but anyway, so this guy has like 2 pages worth of cosmetics for that are Thrang related. So there's actually, let's see, was this the one? Yeah, I got a bunch of these pieces for my elf over on Evernight. The Rift Seeker, Reforged Rift Seeker outfit. Is there any more on the page 1? Reforged Rift Seeker's boots. Oh no, that's Rift Runner. So you've got the Rift Runner and you've got the Rift Seeker. So this is the Rift Seeker. I really like the shoulder item and the gloves. Yeah, it's a nice outfit. Now here's the Rift Runner's version. Yeah, so that's the Rift Runner. Looks really chunky shoulders, so it wasn't really my thing. But some of the other parts of that are cute, and especially on a Hobbit. And then you've got the Rift Defender's look. Reforged Rift Defender. So you can see how they kind of went with like this red gem mixed with like the black leather and black armor. So there's some really nice stuff. But so you can see why this one really matched my style a bit more. It just looks like somebody's out winter adventuring, right? I like that. That's a better look. Okay, so that you can get each one of those pieces you can get for one of these Rift tokens. Now they've also got weapons, so if you're big on cosmetic weapons, you can get replicas of various things here. Like, look at that gleaming staff, that's pretty. Big sword, giant club. There you go, there's Thrang sword. It's like really huge on a Hobbit. So anyway, so these are things that you can get for doing Thrang, which is one of the festival instances. Okay, so enough chatting about what all can we get. Hey, there's my little rain cloud. So cute. So what are we going to do? So we're here at the party tree, and there's a bunch of quests here at the party tree. So there were a bunch of quests down at Bywater. Today we're going to focus on the party tree. So what I normally do is I kind of make a loop around and I talk to pretty much everybody. So first person will do it because we just come from Caltha, right? We just got our festival wrapper. So Lila Roper's here. And she says that, you know, she's talking about people are flying kites and they're crashing. So can we go and recover some of the crashed kites and they can fix them up and put them back out there? Hardbottle here, he's like, kites are pretty darn cool, but they're kind of scary to me. I think the idea of being so high up in the air scares me, but can you go fly some kites? So we'll go do that. Meliot has gone wandering around, and she lost track of her stuff. She lost all the food that she brought with her, and she scribbled down everything she can remember about her day. So you kind of follow what her little message here of like, here's a list of all the picnic goods I misplaced while visiting the festival today. She's like, bread. All I know is that I had my loaves of bread when I left Hobbiton this morning, but by the time I got to the foot of the hill, they were gone. So you know they're going to be before you get to the foot of the hill, coming from, you know, Hobbiton, and so on. Let's see, where's the one that... Porridge. I was, of course, very hungry by mid-morning due to having lost most of my food. Opal Goodbody was kind enough to give me a new bowl of porridge, but I didn't have a spoon. How can one eat porridge without a spoon? I heard that Lobelia made off with many beautiful spoons after the old Baggins went missing. She didn't give me one, though, and we had a bit of an argument. I don't remember seeing my poor porridge after that. So you think, okay, porridge is probably up by Lobelia, you know, that kind of thing. It's really cute. It's a cute little series of things, so you check that out. All right, we're not going to do the Ale League guy. He doesn't really count for festival quests here, I don't think. But Foxglove Tunnelly over here, seems like we see her all the time. She also has misplaced a bunch of things, just various things around the festival that she has misplaced. So she asked us to go find them, and she also has a list, like Foxglove's Teapot. You know, there's a lot of cooking going on around here. I was attracted by the smells, and that the last time I remember having this. Or Foxglove's Twine. Who would want an old ball of twine? Perhaps this cat would like an old ball of twine to play with? So you start picking up Foxglove stuff. So Foxglove's things are all pretty much right here by the party tree. Meliot's, her food items range all the way up from Lobelia, all the way down to the bridge into Hobbiton. Now, this lady over here, though, we haven't talked to her, so we're going to grab her. This is Tansy Tyfield. She has 3 quests for us. So she has cooling off. So first of all, people are overheating. Can we help them out? Hey, here's a jug of water. So we're going to take this jug of water, and then we're going to do silly things with that. Defeat the heat. It is terribly hot today. Can you banish any bursts of heat that are hanging about? So that's what's going on with those, like that guy. So, boom, I have defeated 1 heat wave, and I need to do 5 in order to fulfill her quest. So now she has the 3rd quest, and hers is ice delivery, which is basically, can we take some ice down the hill over to the stand in Bywater that's selling the frozen sweet cream? Of course we can. Now, I'm going to go ahead and accept this quest. I would suggest to you that you don't do that, and I will show you why. So I thought I would go ahead and get it, and now you know why not to. So first of all, we're going to ignore it. We're not going to pick up the ice block right now. Now, in the middle here, we have a couple of folks who have things for us too. So Billard Pot has the Great Matham Fishing Swap. So he's like, quick, grab your fishing pole and make haste to the pond. So he wants to send you down to Melia Pot, who has that 10-minute catch Mathams one. Now, Ned Longbottom has also another one that resets, let's see, it says a day, today's Tuesday, so I think it resets on Mondays and Thursdays, or is that right? So it means I did it yesterday, sorry. I meant to save it for the stream, and I probably forgot. But he gives you a quest, go to the keg races and talk to them, go to the fishing hole and talk to them, and go to the Taste of Hobbiton and talk to them. So Taste of Hobbiton and the keg races are the 2 races that you can get to by the horses that are just across the hill here from us. Those count towards your 10 for the day, which is crazy. All you're doing is walking in and saying, hey, and they're like, hey, and that's about it. Okay. So we are going to defeat that heat wave. And then I'm going to start making kind of a loop around. And what I often do, because I'm here kind of in the mess of all of this stuff, is I'm going to start headed out towards the apple doors. And then I'm going to make my way up towards Lobelia and then scoot up past her because there's a kite to fly up there. Then we're going to stroll down. There's a pond over on the side. So we're going to pop over there. And then we're going to head back towards the road and make our way down the road into Hobbiton, finish up down there. And because I'm a hunter, I'm going to bop my way back up to the top. You know what? Maybe while we're down there, though, maybe we'll go talk to Melia Pot and get that out of the way. Because that 10 minutes, getting that started would be kind of nice. But first, yes, we're going to go ahead. And so I'm going to head out through this tent where the In League is having their jam, because there is a bottle of wine here that belongs to Foxglove that she lost. Hey, quick note, if you are a farmer, make sure you come over here and talk to Amabel Redfern, Lady Redfern over here, because she will give you a quest, and you just do the quest here real quick, and then in the fall, during the Harvest Festival, the Fall Festival, you come back to her and it finishes up that quest. There's like it's like a two-parter. So that's kind of cool. So if you have a farmer, make sure you come and talk to her and get that going, because it's kind of fun. It gives you a housing item, which is like a pot full of mushrooms. It's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to head into the apple doors, and I'm going to grab two things while I'm in here. There's a crashed kite. Oops, helps if I can actually jump over that. So I'm going to grab this crashed kite. And then, remember the lady who lost her food? Here's her cheese basket. So we're going to pick up her cheese basket for her. Now that's all we have in the apple doors. So I'm going to mount back up for a second. Oh, and you know what? Once I unmount, I think we're going to get rid of the rain cloud, and I'm going to get out my little squirrel. Okay, so here's one of these kites we want to fly. So we'll go ahead and click on it. And what it does is it makes it look like we're standing here flying a kite. Isn't that cute? And then you have to wait till the induction bar is done. Because if you run off before that induction bar has finished, then you won't get credit. You got to do it again. So the funny thing is, those little kites you can buy, I think you can buy all of them for festival tokens. So they're like cosmetic pets, basically. Okay, so we've run up here and we've jumped in the backside of Bag End and defeated some more heat. Hang on, I want to switch out my squirrel. There we go. Got my little ghost of old Took. I like having him around with me. When we first come in, we've got a crashed kite over here in the corner. And you have to kind of, especially if you're short like a Hobbit, you have to kind of scoot your way around. But there we go. So we got that one. This is also a great place to get those defeat the heats, because it's not a very busy area up here. There's not a lot of people. And sometimes you are kind of competing with others to defeat the heat down at the bottom. Especially if you're on like one of the regular servers where you've got a whole bunch of like 140s running around. And they are just like, bam, bam, you know, and everything is just gone. Like, you know, you don't have time to like grab stuff. So, let me squeeze that down. So that's, this is a good kind of like secondary place to come up and grab the defeat the heats if you're trying to get those still. Okay, so remember the porridge. Hey, speaking of high heat. Oh, maybe I already got my 5. So here's the porridge that we were looking for, that she came up to Lobelia to borrow a spoon and instead ended up leaving her porridge with Lobelia. Dum, dum, dum. Surprise, it's still there, and Lobelia didn't eat it. Okay, so I just jumped up. Sorry, I'm just like doing this run because I do this all every day. I just jumped up. Jump up, get down. And then there's a crashed kite behind Bag End. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Now we only need like, what, 5 crashed kites? So we will definitely finish that before we run across all of the crashed kites that are out there. I'm just showing you the ones that I pick up because they're on my way and they're convenient. So here's another kite. This one's got kind of like clouds on a blue sky. It's pretty. Okay, so I am going to mount up and we're going to head that way. Kind of towards Overhill, but not really. So we're not going to go that way. We're just going to kind of go straight on because there's this little bitty pond over here. And if you're like an explorer, there's often like copper and or wood so that you can gather while you're over here. Okay, so here's a bowl of mushrooms that the one lady lost, and another crashed kite. Might as well grab it. We're right here. And oh, hey, there's some branches. Might as well grab them. I'm right here. Hey, there's some copper over there. I'm actually going to go get that because sometimes copper drops the, oh, what is that one? The red stuff that you use for dye goods. Yeah, that. Pieces of sienna. So awesome. Thanks, copper. All right, here's another one. This kite has kind of like a shooting star on it. Isn't that cute? They got some cute kites. And you can just stand here and spin in circles with your kite. It's kind of silly, but you can. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and mount up because I want to go start heading down the hill. Like I said, we're going to go back to the road. But remember that quest I said you shouldn't pick that up now? Here's why. So have you seen these things that have like the glowing flame on their headlights? There's a hobbit running back and forth across a bridge. There's this cat. There's various people, creatures around that have these flames over their head. Now, if you look carefully, you'll notice this one has a ring over their head right now. That's because if I'm carrying the ice, I have to make sure it doesn't melt. And these things are overheating and are going to get in my way. So because I have the quest, see, there we go. The cat blocks your path. You must wait for it to pass. So I can't get too close to it is the idea, or it'll melt my ice. And so I have to wait, and it slows me down. Oh, wait, did I decide I already had all the heats I needed? I think we did, didn't we? Yeah, I don't need any more heats. All right, so we're going to mount back up and keep going. See, watch. I'll try and go past that cat again, and it stops you. Funny thing is, I think I'm on auto run, so it keeps trying to move me, but the cat is still too close. Now it'll let me by. So that's why a lot of times I will wait to pick up the carrying the ice quest until after I've done everything else. And that way I don't have interference from those guys. Okay, so we are going to cool down some overheated patrons. And golly, look, I have a jug of water with me right here. Maybe I'll take a sip and spew it into the air to cool people off. Like, ew, no. You can buy that emote for festival tokens. Here's another crashed kite. We're going to go ahead and grab this. So this is a very silly quest. Yeah. And it's so funny because you get back to her and she's like, you did what? Like, I appreciate that she understands how gross it is. So over here by the gaffer, we've got the parasol belonging to the lady who misplaced her things. But remember I said her stuff's all right by the party tree. This is as far as it gets for her stuff, but we're still missing a couple food items. So we're going to pop down here, and I jumped the fence, and then I jumped the other fence to get into the Grange, and we have a basket of eggs. So we found the missing basket of eggs. Now, if you still need crashed kites, there's one here. Sometimes you'll run across others along your way. There's one that's on the hedge up at the top. Like if you hop the hedge instead, there's a crashed kite over there. Or if you make your route slightly different than mine. Oh, this kite has a fish on it. I mean, I guess that's pretty summary, right? Having a big fish. It's pretty silly. Mm-hmm. Big fish. Fresh fish. Let's see. What is the freebie right now? Let's find out. It is a free tome of defense. And it's good for 6 hours. All right. And the code to put in for that is defense buff if you are looking for a tome of defense for free. That's nice. Okay, so we have another group of overheated patrons. So we're going to do that same thing again where we do some water and spew it up in the air. Sorry, I thought I heard a cat. I guess not. All right, so now we still want to keep headed towards Hobbiton. Now, we notice we have another crashed kite here, so if we are still looking for those, we're good. And then here is the missing bread basket. So we have all of the food items, but we're still missing a couple things for the other lady. And we haven't cooled down enough overheated patrons. So this fountain, you would think, would be helping cool them down, but maybe it's just not quite enough. It's too hot. So we'll go ahead and cool these guys down. I did hear a cat. Hey, what you up to? Were you over there drinking out of the fountain? Yeah, you were? Nice. Well, that's good. Keep you healthy, mister. This is Casper you hear in the background. Don't ya? Hey, Casper, come here. Casper. As soon as he stops meowing, he walks away. I was going to hold up the microphone so you could hear him. Hey, while we're down here, usually I just go ahead and port back up, or if I'm not a hunter, I just ride back up. But we're going to run over to the pond real quick. How are the kitties? Asks Just Right. They're doing pretty well. They're definitely getting more and more comfortable with us, which is pretty neat. It's been hot, the last couple days, so like I'm tossing and turning in bed a lot. So they're not sleeping on the bed with us as much. But when we're not, they have taken to sleeping in the bed. And if I go to bed first, usually what happens is she'll come and she'll lay down by my feet because I don't take up the whole bed, so she's got space down there. And then he'll come and he'll lay down over on Before's side of the bed and just kind of take up that spot. Well, hello, I see two of you now. Did you would just wake up? They both kind of have that groggy look to them. Hi. What you doing? You want to come say hi? You are so not sure. You did just wake up, didn't you? Well, good. So I've got the cat bed here because Kato might come. She likes to come up here and sleep. He has been sleeping in that IKEA cat bed that we got. It's not a cat bed. It's a doll bed. And I got them because there was one at the shelter and they were sleeping in it, and so I thought they would like it, but they have been eschewing it up until recently. And so what I did is I was like, okay, fine, if you guys aren't going to use this, I'm just going to throw my stuff on it. And I had like a bag, that I carry, a little backpack sitting on there, and then that's when they started sleeping in it. I'm like, aha, so we need to put some of my own stuff on there. And then they'll be like, well, this is cool. Now I want to be here, So, so that's what's going on, is I'm tempting them with, putting stuff in their way, as it always is. So it is possible that during the stream she might come and sleep up here for a few minutes, and he might be sleeping behind me. He's not there yet. They're probably they're tussling. They're probably gonna, they like to go look out the door, look outside. It's a little warm, so we went ahead and closed all the doors and windows for right now. But it's really cute. They will sit at the back and watch. What are you two doing? I hear you, I do hear you. Goofy. We got them a cat door, but we haven't built them like an outdoor cat run yet. So currently we have a cat door, but they don't get to use it yet. But soon, I hope. We start back into Dutch classes next week. So basically Before is like in a rush to try and get a bunch of stuff done before classes start. And then once classes start, maybe we'll pick a day to go over to the hardware store and buy all the stuff we need and do all that stuff. So, okay, anyway, so over here, remember at the party tree, the guy was like, hey, you should go check out the fishing hole. So she's the one we need to talk to. So she's like, hey, continue quest, catch as many mathoms as you can within 10 minutes. So right now we have a 10-minute timer going, and I can stand here and I can fish, and I will pull up mathoms that I don't want, or I can just ignore that. But in 10 minutes, I'll get credit for doing a festival quest. So I kind of just do that. Now notice the rings on all these other folks that had rings have gone, because you cannot have two of the fishing quests at the fishing hole going at the same time. You can, however, and I've tested this, have the other fishing quests going at the same time. So while I have hers going, I could pop over to Kellendim and work on getting the festival, the Fortunate Festival fishes, and that was the Kelleb Hall. So I could be over there and fishing those. Now what happened is I was in the middle of that, and I got my 10th one. So I was like, I wonder if I can go elsewhere. So I went up to Thorin's Hall and started working on, what was it, the golden redfish? Might be. So I started working on the Thorin's Hall one, and so it was running at the same time as the Kelleb Hall one, over in Kellendim. So it's really interesting that you can have fishing quests running at the same time, just not ones from the same location. So that was kind of interesting. Okay, so while we're letting that run, oh, and I'll point out that Moscow Smallborough, he's the one who's lost a bunch of things. So you can still pick up his quest. His doesn't count as a fishing quest. He just is at the fishing hole, but it's no fishing quest. I don't know, can you guys see? Yeah. What's up? Hey, did you just wake up? A lot of times he does this when he first wakes up. Who are you looking for? I'm here. She's here. Are you looking for B4? He's upstairs. He'll be down a little bit. Oh. Unless you're looking for somebody else. I know, it's so far away, right? Can you hear him from up there? Oh my gosh, he's so funny. Oh, he's looking up the stairs though. Oh, how cute. He does. Like, he definitely has things on his mind. Don't you? Yes, you do. He's coming back over this way, but I don't think we'll see him on stream because he doesn't tend to jump up here very often. If I had food, like hamburger or something, he would come up here. Because, in fact, there's one time when I can't remember what I was eating, but like he came up and he was like, hey, can I have some of that? I was like, no. And so I'm like holding it over here, and then he climbs and he climbs, and he's got a long reach. And so I'm like, and so I'm passing it and I'm holding it over here, and he's like climbing over here. Like, he's a persistent guy. He's funny. Oh, so here's another one of those rings, and notice that because it's a ring, because I have the quest going right now, if I were trying to carry like she's doing, oh, is she gonna make it? She's gonna make it? Nope, she has to wait. The child blocks your path, you must wait for them to pass. Go, 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 go. Oh, got it right. And here he comes. He's gonna come by this way, and now she can run by. See? So that's one of the ways you can succeed on that. All right, we're going to zip back to the party tree. Kato, do you want to come up? You want to come up here? She knows her name. Yes, you do. Yeah, Casper, you know your name too. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave you out of this conversation. He just kind of gave her a nasty look like, she talks to you, she won't talk to me. Oh, sorry, I forgot to fly a kite. So we just came up from Hobbiton. Now we got to fly a kite. So this is the kite that if you're like a hunter and you're like, man, I got 4 out of 5 kites, why can't I find the other one? It's right next to your campsite fire. I can almost guarantee it. Okay. So let's see. How are we doing on our quests? Cooling off, we still need to find 2 more groups of people. Crash landing, we've got kites. Defeat the heat, we've defeated 5 of those heat things. Flying high, we've flown all the kites. Going hungry, we found all of her missing food. Ice delivery, we haven't done yet. Seasonal, Coins of the Rift, that just sticks around. We're in the middle of the Great Matham Fishing Swap. And Too Much Festival, we got to find 2 more items. So the last 2 items, let's continue to do kind of a loop, but we're going to go back this direction because I need to get a book off of this big rock, which I have to say, there's been a couple, every so often, like, I'm just chilling out in game because I'm like working on something else on another screen. And just sitting your character here on top of this rock while you just watch people coming and going is quite lovely. Okay, so the last thing we haven't gotten, I can almost guarantee it, is her teapot. Yep, which is over here by the cooking area. Ta-da! So there we go. We have all the stuff. So now I'm going to go, oh wait, we're missing 2 groups of overheated people, aren't we? Let's go do that. Hey, Benjo. All right, so here's a group. So we're going to cool them off. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, 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 cool. And then there's one more group, and they're also here at the party tree. And they're kind of over by the hedge. So this is why you might, like if you did these guys before you left the area, you might have also done the crashed kite, which is sitting right there. So then, you know, you wouldn't be doing another crashed kite that we did pick up today. So, you know, there's so many crashed kites around. You've got plenty of options. There's one by the stage here. I don't even think we did that one. There's a crashed kite right here by Ogre Rockhouse. See, it's right. It's tucked right back here. So that's another one that you can do. I hope you all can see him. He's got such a reach back there. He just scratches his way up. Yes, you do. Oh my gosh, and there's like, oh yeah, you can see it in my, so there's a couple of little like, supposed to be like coconuts, little white fuzzy balls on the top, and they're squished, they're bounceable and grabbable, and so every so often he just gets on a wild hair and he will like start batting at him and bumping at him and trying to pull him down and stuff. It's just really cute, so cute. Okay, so we have everything we need now. So let's go ahead and start turning in some quests. So Tansy, we have 3 for her. We've done 2 of them. So we're going to turn that in. Oh, sorry, I forgot the whole thing where she's like, you did what? That's kind of gross. Okay, and then I just kind of make a little bit of a loop here, right? So here's the lady with the kites. Here's the guy who's too scared to go fly a kite. Oh, if you need to do the dances, the Hobbit dance guy is right there. She's the one who lost her food.
Hello there.
Here's your food. And then over here, she lost her items. Now note, she also gives you 50 virtue experience, which is kind of nice. So there seems to be somebody at each festival who gives you virtue experience. And then at this one, it's her turn. I thought there might be a second, but I can't remember. Okay, so we have done, what have we done? We've done 6 festival activities. We have the ice delivery yet that we can do. We're fishing, and that's going to wrap up here in a minute or 2. Oh, the reason this guy has a blue one is he's the vector, like go do horse racing. So you can do horse racing at the Bree Festival grounds and in the Shire grounds also. So those are a couple of options as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the horse races though, or the races. So what I usually do these, especially if I'm doing the questing up here at the hill, because the horses are right here. But I have to say the other 2 are also really good. Now, these 2 and the 2 at the bottom for the egg hunt and the mushrooms used to be hourly. Like you had a 1 hour cooldown. But they changed that starting with this festival. So now it resets with everything else at 3 o'clock server time. So that's kind of a bummer because the things are connected to deeds. Well, here, let's go in and we'll get started on this. I do the Thorin's Hall one first because from Thorin's I can take this one to the Hobbit one, and then from the Hobbit one I can go back to the party tree. So it makes a nice little loop that way. Okay, so if we come in, we go kind of to the left, we're going to find this glowing consolation prize, which I do not have the ability to open right now. See, I can click on it. It says requirements not met, because you get that if you if you pick a race person and they don't succeed. Then you can get some tokens out of the consolation box. So while we're waiting, because we're waiting for the race master here, he's going to have a ring and he's going to give us the quest to pick a person. Hey, I just finished fishing. Yay. So now we've done 7 activities. We're going to overdo it. Because we'll go ahead and talk to Scully here while we're waiting. And this guy has a temper and he got mad during the race and he threw a bunch of things. So it's another, hey, I've lost my stuff. So we're looking for glowy, sparkly things, but not that one. Here's a glowy, sparkly thing. So we'll take that. Sorry, my head's hurting me a little bit right now. I had a medical thing done yesterday and my body is just like overstimulated, I think, at the moment. So, all right. So again, we're just going to kind of make a loop around. And I kind of go backwards. I don't know why, I just like to. And look for the sparkly things. Like there's one. You can also use what I'm doing, which is select and then use. And I do that a lot, especially when I haven't been able to find things. Like if you can't find something, using select and then use is really handy. Now just be careful if you do it over here, because if you hit select, you're going to get that horse. It's going to port you off to the hobbits. You might not be ready for that, but we'll use this. All right. So now we've collected all of his things. See, that didn't take long at all. And the reason why I went ahead and did that is, one, it counts as a festival quest. Sorry, cats are being silly. And two, I'm waiting for the race to begin, and it's taken a few minutes, right? Because it's like a 9-minute cycle. Sorry, so Kato was under the table, and she's just hanging out, and Casper, it seems like he's not settling down, and he just walked over to her under the table and was like, hey. And she's like, whoa, back off, dude. So now she's sitting up waiting to see what he's going to do next. All right, so anyway, we picked up all of his stuff, all of Scully's stuff. We're going to go ahead and turn that in. Because, hey, who doesn't like extra Farmers Faire tokens, right? Okay, so these guys are on a 9-minute cycle, the races are. So you've got, when they show up, they'll stand there for 3 minutes. And then they'll race for 3 minutes. And then there's a waiting period in between the race and when they show up of 3 minutes. Pretty sure that's how it runs. It's been a while since I've timed it, but I'm pretty sure that's right. So we're just waiting for that to come up. Funny thing is, I've noticed that this one and the Hobbit race are kind of back to back right now. So when this one finishes, if we don't dawdle, no dawdling, if we go over to the Hobbit one, they should be already lined up, and you can go ahead and get in on that too. So, which is pretty cool. Huh? Oh, you're a Casper back there. Oh, no, Kato's sitting on the bed behind me. Wonder if she's like, well, if you're going to bop me on the nose, I'm going to take your bed. He's a little squirrely right now. I'm not sure what's going on. Well, there he goes. Also back there we have a toy where you can put like treats and stuff in it. Oh, you can just barely see it. It's like, it's back behind the bed. It's back there. And so it's like got multiple layers, like levels. And there's some treats and stuff in there. And so they can paw in it and pull the treats out. Or what they end up doing is they knock it down to the next level. And then they can knock it down to the next level after that and the next level after that until it comes out the bottom. And then they can eat them. It's pretty cute. Well, did we just walk in like at the end of a thing or what? Oh, we did. Oh, that's funny. I think we walked in during. Oh, if I had realized that, we'd have gone to do the Hobbits. Oh, well. Yes. He is squirrely. Oh my goodness. His tail is just like flipping back and forth. It's so funny because he's the shy one, and he's been like hiding in our closet a lot. That's where he likes to sleep. So it's fun to see him out and about and being more adventurous. Okay, so here we go. So now we have the Keg Hopping Race. This is the quest that we're going to take. So we accept this quest. That allows us to then pick one of the others, like one of these 4 guys. So we'll go ahead and pick Colmar, because why not? Sounds like a good idea. So we're going to hang out and wait and see if Colmar actually wins this thing. If either way, we still get credit for doing a festival activity. So because we have this Keg Hopping Race one, the first one that we picked up, that will get credit for. It says observe, and then we have, Keg Hopping Race. Watch the race to see if your contestant will win. Do not leave the race area. So you can't go and check on something else and come back, because if you do that, you will fail. So you want to just hang out here. Like find something to do, read a book, I don't know, do some crochet, check your emails, go through your cosmetics. Oh, hey, we haven't done a Hobbit gift today, so we'll do that. So they still have this. And I know they've talked about redoing the Hobbit gifts at some point. They haven't done it yet. So currently, the way it works is that every day, each server that you're on, you get a free silver Hobbit gift. And it's usually a lesser gift of some sort, usually. And it kind of lists out here like the sort of things it could possibly be. So you get like a little gift, and then you also get a virtue experience potion like this one. So for example, we'll go ahead and open the silver gift. So it gave me, this is from Wido Boffin. He gave me a massive pile of silver scraps worth 2 gold. So basically it's just, he just gave me 2 gold. And then and then a virtue experience pot of 20. So Thursday, the gold one resets. It resets every Thursday. So then, and you have it's good for a week. So somewhere in that week, you want to come in and get the gold one. And that one's usually a little bit better. So, yeah, you'll get, but it could be also just about the same thing. Like it could be like a battle potion of restoration or something like that. And then like a 50 experience, a virtue experience pot. So sometimes it's a little better. Sometimes it's moderately better. Oh, I have a bunch of goldfish. I was doing some fishing, so let's go ahead and get rid of a few of these things and the weeds we don't need. All right, so we're keeping those cosmetics so we can put those in the house. I'm gonna open my shared storage. We've also been playing on Anor. Oh, is there a thing for that? Yes, cool. So Anor is another one of the legendary servers. So we're here on the legendary server of Treebeard. Did I switch the thing? I just realized, did I actually? Oh, good. I said Treebeard at the top of the screen. I forgot to double check. Hey, Colmar, what are you doing clear back here? So there's these 4 dwarves, and what they do is they walk, apparently, but they go to the keg. Oh, yeah. And they have a drink. And then they're either like, you know, whew, I need to pause after that, and, you know, walks really slowly. Or sometimes they'll be like, you know, oh, that one gave me a burst of speed, or something like that. And then they run to the next one. Or like this guy, they said, that was a stout drink. Now I'm sluggish. Oof, I don't know if I can go on. So that's the next one there. So it's like, you know, hitting the race points. There was another one here. Maybe it was, yeah, it's here. And then there's this one here. That ale was delicious. Signar is groovin'. And then this is the last one. So sometimes what I do is I'll stand on this keg and just watch the race from here, because you can see the end of it. Okay, so Signar did not win. So my Colmar quest is gone. But I still get the consolation prize, and I did complete I completed the Keg Hopping Race, but I failed Keg Hopping Race Colmar's Credulity. So I still get to get 1 quest out of that. All right, so let's go check on the Hobbits, because they're probably getting ready to go. Hobbiton. Oh, it just finished. Wah, wah, because I just saw her come through. Well, we've got 3 minutes. Okay, so I was going to talk about Nora and Treebeard. So legendary servers, they are like a slower progression. So you don't get like everything all at once that exists in the game. You get like the starter stuff, and then they add on the first expansion, and then on the second expansion, and then the third expansion. And so over time, you get all of the expansions that exist in the game, but not all at once. So we on Treebeard here have gotten, so we started with Eriador, and then we got Moria, and now we've got Mirkwood. So we're out here across the Anduin, right? Yeah, they send us, oh, maybe it's up in here. Work, is that? Let's see, how do I zoom in? Let's try Ravanian. There's Lothlorien, there's Dol Guldur. Yeah, so we're down here in South Mirkwood, in this area here. But so we came out of Moria, and we had some access to Lothlorien. That's in the same expansion. But then they opened up South Mirkwood to us. So they send us across the Great River. They just put us in a boat and we show up. And we go and try and help out against the things that are happening at Dol Guldur. So that's pretty, I find that kind of interesting. I like Mirkwood now more than I did when I first played Mirkwood. I found it just so dark and oppressive. Like, yeah, just kind of, well, just the darkness and the sadness and stuff like that. I was like, ugh. But then, going back to it and getting used to the storylines and seeing more of that, it's been, I don't know. I'm liking it more. I'm liking Mirkwood more than I did the first time. My hair is getting so long. Oh my gosh. Like, my plan is to go and donate it. And I went over to them like a couple months ago, and they're like, you need to make it longer. So I'm waiting for it to get long enough that they'll. So I will probably, I usually like to have my hair kind of shoulder length, but I'll probably go like super short and have like some crazy spiky hair or something for a little while. I think that'll be fun. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so, oh yeah, so Anor was the first legendary server. So Anor, and then they had like so much interest in it in such a short period of time that they had to open like basically a second server, and that was Ithel. So it's kind of like an overflow server. But right about that time, that interest, like that capped. So, oh yeah, sorry, Mirkwood and Edithwaite. Thanks, Egg Arthur. So Ithel never really got quite the population that I think, that Anor had. So last summer, they went ahead and closed Ithel. So everybody who was on Ithel got free transfers off of there, and they could go to Anor because they were both equivalent servers, or they could go to any of the regular servers. So some people transferred off of there onto Anor, but Anor just got this month to the level cap, which is 140 in the game. So they SSG made the decision that they were going to go ahead and close Anor at the end of the month, and then people can transfer off for free to any of the regular servers they want to go to, but they cannot transfer to a legendary server, which is too bad, because last summer 2 new legendary servers opened, Treebeard, which we're on right here, and Shadowfax, which is another one. And there's 2 cool things that happened with these servers. There is a difficulty thing that's added in. So I have it on, let's see, where is subscriber buffs? Story. So, okay, so yeah, I'm not sure if it's stance. Nope, okay. It's not showing on there. Oh, probably because these areas count technically as an instance. Who are we going to choose? Let's choose Dashing Daffodilly. What was I saying? So, yeah, okay, so so back on Anor, there were kind of 2 things that people wanted. There was kind of like one group of people who, every time the next expansion would open up, they would like zoom to the top, and then they'd be bored. And, they were like, hey, can we get the next one now? And then there were other people that were like myself who were like trying to do every quest and every side thing and all the deeds and, just doing all the completion of stuff and seeing all of the stories that are going on the side and all that. So, the 4 months, 3-4 months in between was not enough time for some of us. So, some of us were like, hey, can we slow down a little bit? And those are obviously very, competing and very difficult to bridge interests. So what they were doing at the same time that I saw, what it seems like to me, SSG had this difficulty slider that they were adding in, which basically you can make the game harder. The enemies hit harder. There's more mitigations against the stuff that you can do. And then there's also, if you play, so there's different levels you can do. And there's like hard, difficult, annoying, I don't know, I forget what they're called, but beyond that, there's one's called deadly, and then in deadly you could do at 0, level 0, or you could do deadly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so all the way up to deadly plus 6. Thank you. So once you choose one of the deadly ones, they add on to that this area effect that can happen. So if I have been active enough, basically, that I have kind of drawn the eye of Sauron, what will happen is if I'm in combat with something, it can trigger the effect, and it will be basically, there'll be like a red box around me, real small one, and then a larger red box that goes all the way, like kind of out to that far, right? And that sets off a timer. So the box stays in place, it stays on landscape. So if I can manage to get myself out of that box before the timer basically completes, then I'm good. But if I'm still in that box when the timer finishes, anywhere in the large box, the large red box, there'll be like basically a blast of fire that comes and hits me. And it does like a quarter damage to your morale. So it's not insignificant. But it's really, I've found it fun. I've really enjoyed seeing, you know, it's changed the way I approach the way I play. Because I often play Red Line Hunter where I could just stand and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot. And I can't do that if, you know, there's stuff that's about to happen where I'm standing. So I have to make these kinds of decisions like, is it worth it for me to stay here and do the damage I'm about to do? Or, you know, is it worth it for me to get out of here and then come back to doing the damage? So it's, yeah, it just adds another layer of interest to how you're playing. So, see, now they're doing, so the Hobbits are doing the eating thing instead of the drinking thing. And they also are doing the thing kind of like, oh, that was a bit much. I need a moment, you know, or wow, they gave me an extra burst of speed, you know. So they're running from table to table and yes, eating some food and then zipping off to the next one. So I've chosen Daffodilly. She's in the top 3, but we'll see how it goes. Uh-oh, she says, don't rush me. That was a heavy meal. Uh-oh. No, Daffodilly, come on. You can do it. Come on. Uh-oh. She's falling behind. Well, let's see what these guys. Oh, how I love food. I can't wait to try some more. Oh, I think Mudrick might win this one. Oh, yep, and Birdie's right behind him. And looks like sometimes it's best to rest if you are stuffed. Oh, he says a moment, please. Right, well, if those two slow and she goes fast. Oh, nope, Mudrick went fast. Oh, well. So close, so close. So she lost the race, but it did count for me as a quest, so I get the consolation present, which is some Farmers Faire tokens. They used to only give you like 1 or 2 or 3 or something like that. It wasn't a lot, but now they give you more, so that's nice. All right, so now I could go back to the keg races, but I'm all done there, right? So now I'm going to the party tree. Okay, so anyways, at the same time, they had that difficulty slider that they were playing with, and then they were, I think, listening to the Anor folks who were like, faster, faster, no, slower, slower, you know. And so they opened up 2 servers, legendary servers. They both have the difficulty thing built in so that you can play with that. But they also have it so that Shadowfax in the name goes faster. So you get 150% of experience. So you're just like zooming through. And the levels, the expansions are added on every 2 months. So it's very, very fast. In fact, I think they're up to like 130 already or something. For us on Treebeard, we are slow. I kind of joke that it's like zoom, zoom versus whoom, whoom. So here on Treebeard, we get 40% of typical experience. And so, you know, a lot of us here are going and doing every quest and, you know, checking into all the different things and getting every deed and all of that. So it definitely gives us more time because of every 6 months to really go and explore all of that. And with the lower experience, that's fine. Like we don't want more experience. In fact, it's so funny because even still in Eriador, you know, in the opening areas, we still ended up with too much experience and had to get the Stone of the Tortoise. So, oh well. And to stop our experience gain for a little while. All right, so Campanula Chub, I have done ton things today, so I am going to turn that in to her. Cool. So let's see, where am I in the festival? Fun at the Fair, intermediate. So once you do that daily thing 5 times, that finishes up the Fun at the Fair, and they have a beginner, intermediate, and final, I think is the other one. So there's 3 of them. So each time you turn in 5, that's your 5th one, that'll trigger the end of this, which also triggers the end of this. So you get kind of like a double dip, which is kind of fun. Because this one says complete Fun at the Fair intermediate. I could have sworn it used to be that this top one, like the Salutation to Fair Days, needed you to finish Fun at the Fair, like all 3 versions, before it itself would complete. So I feel like something may have changed. But hey, more stuff, so that's cool. More stuff is good stuff. Okay, so let's see. What else was I going to show you? I definitely want to show you the instance, though. The Perfect Picnic. Because we should get some more festivity tokens. I have 30, and the max is 40. So I will need to buy things. In fact, I could just go ahead and get the Tome of the Picnic Pony. I'm going to do that now, because I do want all of these things. Because the picnic pony is kind of cute. Is he jump over here? Yeah, he did. All right, see, let's take a look at this guy. Wow, he's big. And they call him Mr. Ed. So there we go. There's Ed, our picnic steed. Looks a lot like Penny. Why can I rename him? Let's see. CPET, rename Penny. Specified companion name is invalid. I think we figured this out before. Because you can't name it Penny, which is the same as Penny in the instance. But you can get pretty close. There we go. I could do it with 1 N. Penny. P-E-N-Y. We can't do it with 2 N's because that's the same as the horse. The picnic steed. Perfect picnic steed? Oh, yeah, you have to get that from Verbena Greenhand. A pet horse? Yes. Are there other pet horses? That is a great question. Let's see. Okay, so she's a pony for me because I'm a Hobbit. So that's the perfect picnic pony now. Sorry, that's the picnic pony. You can get Bill the pony. 10-year anniversary. Okay. There's a cart pony. This is available to barter with the Kurum Ubnar. That's further ahead than we are. But that's cute. There's the present bearing pet pony, which is so cute. That's a special Hobbit present. There's the wedding celebration pony. Previously available from Hobbit presents as a special midsummer wedding gift. I would expect that will be back around in some fashion. And then somehow, oh, pond. That's not a pony, that's a pond frog. So yes, okay, it looks like we've got 5 pet ponies you can get. Oh, the Kuumbara missions. Oh, so that would be on here. Okay, so you could get the cart pony here on Treebeard. We stopped doing missions because we were getting close to finishing. There's some deeds if you do every single one of the missions, and we were getting close to completing one of those, and our trait trees, our virtue traits were maxed out because your virtue traits can get up to the level that's half of your level. So we were level 60. Well, we were level 25 or 50. So the highest they could get was 25. And then we got to level 60. So then we got all these up to level 30. And now we're level 65 is the cap. So we can get all these up to 32. So rather than waste all of this virtue XP, we kind of paused on some of that stuff. But yeah, maybe we go back to missions at some point. Okay, so if you and Weir Willow are ready, we could do some stuff. Do you want a messenger? You are the leader of our little happy band. Oh, so anyway, so Anor is closing at the end of the month. So if you have any characters on Anor, you'll probably want to go in and tidy up their inventory or whatever it is you want to do with them. Excuse me. And then you have from now until the end of the year to transfer them off. And transfer is free, so that's nice. But you don't want to hang about with that, because once it hits like January 1st, you probably won't have access to those characters anymore. They might wipe the servers. So don't wait. Hey, a mountaineering donkey. Oh, donkey. I didn't search for donkey. There we go. Oh, that's the one for the reward. That's 100 level? You got to 100? Oh, hey, that reminds me. The reward track ends in 21 hours. So if you are working on the reward track, you've got 21 hours left to get yourself to the end. Yeah, I'm a level 63. I don't know if I'll make it. Ah, so cute. Yeah, the festival gives you lots of legendary experience, though, so that is nice. That is cute. Oh, and there we go. There's the cart pony. That must be from the missions, because I know Willa's really good at doing missions. Well, there you go. So now you have a whole collection of them just right to look for. It's a bear with a pony. Okay, so here we are. Here, I'll go talk to the mayor here. So he says, there you are. I was beginning to wonder where you had got to. Well, I ought to say thank you for inviting me along all the same. So apparently we invited him to go to a picnic with us. He says, now we better get a move on. We have a way to go, and none too swiftly either if we stumble across many nosy folk along the way. So the nosy hobbits will slow us down, kind of like those things with the flames on their heads. So, let's see, and he says, and I should like to have finished eating before afternoon tea. So, as you can see, I have gathered us quite a spread. Now, you help gather up and load these things on the pony while I try to think of what's missing. I feel quite certain that I'm forgetting something of great importance. So, he's like, what is it? What did I forget? All right, so we're going to gather up a bunch of this food, but before we do that, we'll talk to the farmer. He says, if you wish to borrow old Penny here for your picnic, I see no problem with that. She's a good-natured thing and will trot right along if you are good to her. There are carrots up the way, as well as to make a good traveling snack. Steer clear of Clover, though, or she'll be all day about it. So the Clover does slow her down. He says, do see that she stops and cools down at both the stream and the watering hole along the way. I want her hale and hearty tomorrow for apple picking. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's hotter than a Took's oven out here. Why you and the mayor chose today for your outing is beyond me. Yeah, it is a bit warm there and here. Okay, so once we're done talking to Farmer Fosco, though, you'll notice that all of the goodies showed up. So we're going to, does it matter? Okay, we're just going to pick up one of everything. There is a theory so there's a deed that there's encounters in here where you encounter like Perspire or I forget some of the other names, but there's a series of different things you can encounter, and there's a theory that one of them only shows up if you pick up those things in a certain order. We don't know if this is true. It has worked every time that has been done, so why fight it? All right, so we carefully load up Fosco Fairfield's pony with the picnic things and are soon quite ready to set off for the picnicking spot. So we need to reach the stream and cool off, or thwart chatty hobbits, and Penny must not succumb to the heat. And he's like, oh, I forgot my hat. So he says, I'll meet you there. It's important to keep the sun out of my eyes while I eat. Okay, so Penny is off and running. The pennies are off and running. So you can see why it won't let me name my Penny, because I guess there's already one. So every so often you run into like a wave of heat, basically, that won't let you progress. It pauses you for a moment or stuns you for a moment, but then you can start to attack. And it looks like we are running on level. Okay, which means we'll get, I don't know, what do we get for this? You got some damage. That's what you get for it. Legendary item experience. Oh, that'll be nice. Especially since that track ends soon. I'm going to stop and enjoy a quick meal because that's what a hobbit does. So they've run ahead into here because there is an encounter. And it was a version of heat. What was it? Oh, it was it was a heat wave. But they got it. So we're just running around. We're down here in Woodhall area. So you might recognize some places. Oh yes, and then the hobbits try to stop us. Hey, I was talking to you. Sort of thing. But we're gonna zip past them, hopefully. So you see we have all these various things that we've encountered before, like giants or whatnot, but they're all heat. They're all made into like these big flaming heat things. There's another encounter. There's 4 encounters in this instance. So Penny's ready. She's stepped into the water. She's good to go. But before we move on with her, we're going to go check out this encounter. And this is that area where you go up and there's those bandits. And we find an encounter at the top, and it's an aberration. Yes, you'll have to get all the pony pets. Now, missions are generally a 1 or 2 person thing, if I recall correctly. Solo or duo. So yeah, you could go and do a whole bunch of missions and get the pony that Weirwillow has. Yes, Casper came down and was quite vocal, by the way. That's right, you probably heard him from upstairs too. Okay. Oh my, is that a mirage? It says. So look at this, there's a little hobbit under her parasol. It's so hot, how will you even make it where you're going? Okay, so now we've got another trio of heat things. We've got a snapper and some dragon worm. So this is the area where we start looking for carrots. So we should be finding some carrots to feed Penny, well, to gather for Penny. But while we're doing that, uh-oh, another heat wave has hit me, because up ahead, these mirages keep getting bigger. So I'm just gonna burn hot. And so they're attacking Penny. Penny has like a gazillion hit points, so we generally don't need to worry about her too much. So I have, for example, I have 13,000 like resting morale, right? And let's see, let's find Penny. Penny has 1,300,000. So she's doing just fine. Yeah, 100 times mine. So if you are in a situation where you're like, oh no, I have to defend Penny, or I can grab this last carrot, like, you've got time to get the last carrot. She's fine. All right, so here we've paused. She's cooling off. We've got a banner to indicate that it's time to move on. So then she's got a ring, and it says, Penny is well fed, rested, and ready for the final leg of the expedition. So now we're gonna have another encounter. Hey, well now, you might just reach that picnic spot after all, says the little fishing guy. But there's another encounter down here. I think that's on the way to Old Odo's farm. So we can, Old Odo's leaf farm is down that way, yeah, I think so. But Penny has gone ahead, and she will be waiting and eating some clover. Unless we get ahead of her, which is what we're doing, and pick the clover before she gets a chance to get to it. So you'll notice on my screen it says things like removed some clover, because we're all zooming in here to get it. Another thing is if you do this with 6 people, if you do it a 6-person instance, when you, oh, whoops, I should get out of this spot. When you pick the clover, a baddie will jump out of it. So you gotta watch out for that. But when there's just 3 of us, we're safe. Okay, and so then there's another bit of stuff down here. There will be some more stuff up the hill there, but there's also an encounter down that direction. So let's see, if I go to completed, oh, it's under skirmish? Oh, okay, thank you. Completed. What's it called? Oh, perfect picnic. There we go. So we've had to do Thunderclap, and who do we have here? Oh, this is Thunderclap. So this was one of the 8, I think, that we needed. I'll screw that for a second. So see, there's Thunderclap just chilling out down here. Ha. So yeah, the Thunderclap, Heatwave, Apparition, which we saw earlier also, Illusion, Aberration, oh, we saw Aberration maybe. Perspire, Pincher, and Hallucination. So Perspire was the hardest one to get, and that one we ended up only finding when we ran it solo. We did not find it in duo or trio, and we ran in a bunch of times. And we didn't find it in the 6th person. So the only time we've ever found that was in the first, it was in solo play. So this is actually, I think, the hardest part. So we get up here to the top, and when Penny arrives, the picnic blanket will appear, or maybe he brings it, and all the food shows up. Oh yeah, Penny's got it, of course. She unpacks it, and she pops up here with all the stuff. So once we click Penny, it's going to unpack everything. And we're going to get hit by 2 things at the same time, which are hungry hobbits and bugs. So the hungry hobbits you have to, yes, definitely the hardest part, says Just Right, and I absolutely agree. So the hobbits, you have to smack them and kind of get them out of their reverie or whatever, and they're like, okay, fine, I won't eat your food. You're like, good, thanks. Also, though, there's bugs that come in. So if you're lucky, you get like a bear or somebody who's really great at grabbing aggro, and hopefully they can grab all the bugs and get them away from the picnic blanket. Because if that happens, then you're golden. All you have to do is worry about the hobbits. And so, Affadil, I assume you're doing a lot of hobbit smacking, right? Because Affadil's really good at tabbing and hitting really fast. So, okay, so I talk about that before we do it because there's no way to talk about it while we're doing it. In fact, I'm even gonna send Penny away because she's in my way. My subtitles are what? Again? My subtitles keep turning off, I guess. That's annoying. Boo. Yeah, we'll have to test it again later. Okay. Anyway, are we ready to give this a try? Okay, here we go. Oh, my thingies went away. It looks like there's nothing happening, and then it all happens at once. It's like so fast. I did. I clicked Penny. Here they come. Oh no! Hobbit! Hobbit! Go away! Hobbit! Uh-oh, because they steal our food. You do lose if your food all gets all taken. Whew! Okay, that wasn't... Yeah, you lost some food. Thanks, I know. Yeah, even on a level 10, like, if you run this at level 10, you can even lose. Hey, Kato. It's crazy. Now, this phase here is the 2nd phase, if you like, and the last one. And you have rain things, so downpour, thunderstorms, things like that come in. Encroaching rain. So as long as you can, and they're not as hard to get their attention and gather. So, hey, you want to come up? She's looking at me. She's been coming up lately and laying on my desk, which is really cute. So I'm trying to like, I've put like a tea towel down on top of everything so she can just lay there without, because she doesn't like the feeling of blankets, like knitted or crocheted blankets. She really doesn't like that. And I think it's because her claws get stuck in it, and I don't blame her for that, for not liking that. Oh, okay, so anyway, so we've succeeded there. So let's click a banner. Oh yeah, hi. Hello, what you up to? Okay, so that finishes that, but you don't want to leave yet because the picnic basket, yeah, there she goes. She's laying down on my desk now. Remember how we talked about festivity tokens? So that is here in this picnic basket. So we're going to click the picnic basket, and that's going to award us our festivity tokens. And also sometimes you get other stuff because like it looks like we got some. Yeah, I got a little tracery. That's funny. And then we all got something. Yeah, that's nice. And then once you click on one of the foods, you get festival tokens. Or was that, wait, I didn't get any festival tokens. Festivity. Oh, here it is. Never mind. I got festival tokens. Yeah. Usually once you click on the food, that's where you get the festival tokens. So you've got to just, yeah, make sure you get both of those or you'll end up leaving and you'll be sad and they'll be gone. And you're like, wow, you love that expressive meow. Yeah, it's really cute. She's like, they're both opening up quite a bit, I think, with us. It's just been really nice. Yes, it has. You can tell she's trying to like settle in, but she's also, I think, leaning on something that she's not quite comfortable. So she's kind of got this like, I'm sleeping, but I'm not really sleeping look on her face because you're funny. Okay, so that is the perfect picnic. Ta-da! And then once you talk to the mayor, he says, that was a delicious feast and well worth the adventure. Perhaps we shall go on another picnic again soon. Travel now. So we just ran that as, I assume, a 3-person.
Yeah.
Yeah? So in the perfect picnic, let me see, character? No, not character. What am I looking for? Where's the raid lock thingy?
Oh, under social.
Social. Oh, thanks. Okay, there it is. Thank you. I could not remember. So you'll notice I have a chest lock now on picnic basket, but it doesn't tell me which picnic basket. And the funny thing is, you can run it at solo duo.
I think so.
It's in the wiki, because we always question this, and then we go and we test it, and then we make sure the wiki's updated, and the wiki's updated. So, because we can never remember. Because, okay, so basically, I'll just pull it up so you can see as well. Instance Finder, Farmers Faire, Perfect Picnic. You can run Perfect Picnic at 1, 2, 3, 6, and 12, but 2 of those share a the picnic basket raid lock. So I think, yeah, before is looking it up. Did you find it? Okay, Wiki says solo duo is the same basket. Okay, so we just ran it as a 3-person. So we could run it as a 2-person real quick if we wanted to. And we would also get festivity tokens. Now we don't even have to do it on level. Like, as long as you just get through it and finish it, like you get the tokens. So for example, I'm now at 15 tokens. So that's often what I do when I'm trying to get a bunch of the tokens, is I'll be like, okay, you know, solo duo, so, you know, is before round or not? Okay, I'll just run it solo. Oh, he is with me. Okay, we'll run it duo. We'll grab somebody else and run it trio, or we just run it with just the 2 of us at a trio. Then do it as a 6-person, either with a bunch of kinnies or whatever. And then we run it as like a 12-person, but we run it at like a really low level. So you can get 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so you could get 4 times through, which is 5 tokens each, so 20. So you could get 20 tokens in a day, which is kind of cool, because if I wanted like the Tome of the Green Peacock, it is 20 tokens. So I could get that done in a day if I wanted to. Okay, so now it has been, you know, we could run it as like, oh, I don't know, that'd be a good idea. I was gonna say run it as a 12-person raid, but just the 3 of us, but like at level 10. We could try. It's the bugs. The bugs is what's gonna get us. That's the problem. The bugs and the hobbits? You think it's the hobbits? All right, sure. Let's give it a go. Let's do it. if we Willow is game. Okay, so running it at level 10, because this is the cool thing about the Perfect Picnic, is you can, anybody from level 10 and above can run it, so that's nice. The other one, Thrang, you have to do at level 50 and above. So if you're below level 50, you don't even have a chance. It's not open for you, I mean to say, not that you can't try it. You know, Arthur pointed out that earlier that Mirkwood and Endedwaith opened up. But what have we done in Endedwaith? Did we do anything? The Grey Company stuff. Okay. Okay. Are we all here? Yeah, we're all right. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Let's try this crazy stuff. Wah. So, funny thing is, you can shoot the things from back here before they stun you, but then they still stun you when you get up to that spot. Oh man, that did a lot of damage to me. What? Ooh. Yeah, I think my cooked food had run out. I put that back on. So we don't actually need to do the encounters. Oh, do they count for experience or virtue? Or You avoid a bunch of chatty hobbits. Okay, that's fair. Doobie-doo, don't mind me. I love it. Weird Willow's over there tapping her foot at this little hobbit. Fine, I shall gossip elsewhere. Yes, I think you will. Haven't what? Oh, there might have been reflect. That could be what got me. It's always like, you know, the hunter's worst enemy is their own selves, right? Let's see, there's the cask-laden donkey. Got that one. That's a lot of casks. Wow. That poor donkey. Dude. Oh, where's Penny? There she is. Alright, so we'll pop into the water because she's going to be here in a second. I think we'll just get the ghost of old Took back out. Hey, Penny. Alright. There we go. Now off to defeat more things and get some carrots. Oh my, is that a mirage? Nice. Sometimes the minstrel just goes whoosh and everything goes thump. I think I'm going to have to get a second camera anyway. Have to get a cat cam here.
Yeah, possible.
Let's see, we've only got 2 carrots so far. Oh, here's one. Nope, I got hit by... Alright, Weird Willow's got that one. I should just put myself, whoops, on auto attack with those things. Oh, cool, we have all the carrots we need. It's nice that the carrots are a collective effort. So once you reach 8 as a total altogether, that is, so that's nice. You don't have to each person get 8 carrots. That'd be annoying. Oh, that's awesome. Just jumped off the bridge into the water. Clever. All right, so Penny has reached the watering hole, and my squirrel is going nuts in the water. Look at him kicking up a storm. Cracks me up when they do that. All right, here we go. So again, there's a side encounter over there, and then we've got clover patches in the middle. So see if Penny comes over, she'll just kind of stand there, and then she's like, nom, 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 nom. And even if you clear the clover patch, check it out, she stays there. Oh, because we're doing this at a higher level, there's stuff. Forgot. So when you clear the clover patch, stuff's gonna pop out. So, you know, just be ready for that. So yeah, this one, so each festival that has these types of events, these instances, there's usually a low level one, like the level 10 one, and it has a little bit more of a lighthearted theme to it, so like this. And it'll have the different chest sizes for you that you can run through the day. And then there'll be the second one, which is at level 50 or above. Oops, sorry, no. I didn't mean it. No, I'm going to try not to murder the rabbit. Whereas the other one, which is the boss from the vaults, and those will be things like you can run at tier 1 or tier 2 or tier 3. And it will be, oh man, I trapped the coney. No, that was not for you. All right, so notice how Penny is still like way behind us because she stopped to eat that clover. So we are coming down towards the end of my stream. So I don't think we're going to try Thrang today. We had talked about this a little bit earlier. We just keep getting ourselves, yeah, knocked about by Thrang. We do. It's terrible. So we probably won't bother with that today. But this is cute. I like doing this one. All right, let's see if we can do a 12-person hitting lots of stuff. This will be an interesting challenge. Okay, ready? Okay, here we go. Hobbit slapping time. What is it, F10? No. Oh yeah, wait. Okay, oh my gosh, we have a downpour and encroaching rain and everything all at the same time. Holy moly. All right, you're on Hobbits, I'm not. We lost some food, yes, I'm certain that we did. Whew. So look how much food is left compared to the last time we did. It's like half the food that we had the first time. So there is some sort of a deed for like finishing this without losing any food, or something. It's something that's like beyond me. It feels impossible. Now, because we got the 5 regular token, because we got our festival tokens earlier, that is a once a day thing. But the festivity tokens you can get every time. Oh, perfect picnic deeds are minimum level 115. So you have to be level 115, and I think you have to like not lose any food at all. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, because I'm not too successful with that yet. All right, so I think I want to go ahead and get the green peacock or the green peahen. I like them both. I'll start with the peacock then, I guess. All right, so now I'm back to 0. Back to 0 tokens. Oh, you got the woodland heart? Yeah, that's a nice one. Oh, how interesting. It's thinking that my spots are full because I had other things there. And when I was working on there's deeds for using the consumables like 300 times each. So I did that, and what I did is I just put them on my bars so I could keep track of it and just like click, wait for it to run out, click. So it took a little while, but I got it done. So there we go. Okay, so is there anything that anybody wants to talk about before I start to finish up? And there we go. Hi. Well, the cat is being incredibly cute on my desk, though. Yes, you are. I did. I put a tea towel down across, like, over the top of a whole bunch of things. So that way it's a nice, like, solid, well, unbroken surface for her. And I think she's, she went right for it. Yeah, she didn't climb on top of anything else on my desk this time. She went straight for that. Because what she does sometimes is she'll come up and she'll just, like, make a loop and circle and sleep on my lap. And she'll end up sleeping. Sometimes she comes in and just kind of, like, lands and, like, melts across me, and that one's also quite intriguing. And then sometimes she'll come across and she'll like lay across my arm, or the other day she laid on the mouse, or the mouse cable, which was fun because every time I'd go and move the mouse cable, it like got her like fur, and so she kept like kind of twitching because it was moving her fur around. So I'll just point out a few things real quick. Deco de Miu is a fantastic website, and I think we've talked about this before. They have all the housing items that you can get in LOTRO. They are having their 6th anniversary right now. They're celebrating 6 years of the website and of doing the work that they do. And so if you go, and they have a whole bunch of like donation things, or they're having some contests going. If you comment anywhere on their website, you're entered into some drawings. If you give them a donation of, I think it's 28 euros or more, they'll send you one of these mugs straight up. There's also a drawing to get to earn one of these mugs. Yeah, so all sorts of stuff. They're doing a Q&A on their Discord, I think on Friday. So there's all sorts of stuff going on with them and their 6th anniversary right now. So if you have found their website useful or want to join in those celebrations, just pop over to their website. And let's see, you know what? There we go. Thank you before. So yes, there's the link. So that's if you want to read it in English. And because the person who runs it, I believe, is French and a native French speaker. So they have the website in French and English. I'm not sure if they have it in German as well, but thankfully they do run a second version in English or have everything in English as well. So that's really handy for people like me who are not fluent in French. Okay, so we've talked about D&Co, or Deco de Mieux. We talked about the festival. Oh, the festival is running until the end of... So I also have this. So what I did is I have it copied into my notepad, my LOTRO pad, but I also have it in my character biography. So if you're ever on Treebeard and I'm on at the same time, you can just pop in, inspect me. And the LOTRO event schedule is listed in my biography. So this is the Farmers Faire, so it runs through August 30th. And when it says runs through, that usually means till 3 a.m. that morning. So really the 29th is your last full day of the festival. So if you're trying to count, do you have enough days to accomplish X, Y, or Z? Oh, and as we talked about earlier, today is the last day of the Legendary Items reward track. So if you are working on that, try and get as far as you're trying to go, and then make sure you claim those items, because any unclaimed items, I'm pretty sure you just lose them. I'm pretty sure there's no come back and get it later. Like the thing just wipes and it starts you right over. I wish they would carry over the experience from one season to the next, but that isn't how it's running at this time. So so you grab it or lose it. So you'll want to go and grab those things if you can. And what's on the reward track right now, in case you haven't been trying for these things really hard, like we have on some of it. So if you get to level 25 on the current reward track, you get a banner of Gil-galad. It's a housing item. So you can put that on your wall. If you get to level 50, you get Dance Hobbit 4? No, you're right. 2. I think it's Dance Hobbit 2. Here, I can just pull it up. And go to emotes. Dance Hobbit. No, it's not 2. It's not 4. It's 3. There it is. It's Dance Hobbit 3. So it's a little wacky. They do a little wrist thing, and then they hop to the side, and they do a little wrist thing, and they hop to the other side. I don't know. It's a funny dance, but there we go. So you can earn that one through the reward track. If you get to level 75, which I have not, then you get a cosmetic item, which is the sword. It's Azog's sword. And if you get to level 100, as before has done, you get the legendary coffer. You get a coffer, a thing. It has a tome in it for the mountaineering donkey, which is that cute little thing that she has over there. Oh, there you go. She's doing dance, doing the Dance Hobbit thing. It looks funny with the glowy hands, though. It almost looks better with the glowy hands, because you don't see how weird the wrists are doing. Minstrel's Bestrel. And then there's the mountaineering donkey. That is a very cute donkey, I have to say. Yeah. It's almost worth trying to grind for it, but I think I will not spend that time. And yeah, I think I have better things I should be doing with my time than that. Okay. So yeah, make sure you go grab that. In fact, I'm probably going to pop over to Anor, because I did some stuff and make sure I pick it all up before that ends. Let's see. So festival's on, Anor's closing, so get in there, tidy up, and then get your stuff out of there. There's links on the LOTRO website for talk about transferring. So let's see, actually, LOTRO.com. Oh, for some reason I have my cap lock on. Let's fix that. We do not need cap lock on. Yeah, so here is one link of information about the Anor closures. And then, unfortunately, there's not a link on here, but it's in my Discord. There's the other link for which just talks about transferring in general. Like if you're the leader of a kinship, you'll want to you'll need to sell your kin house before you transfer, and then ideally you have the kin leader transfer before the other folks, and then if they do that, the kinship goes with the kin leader, and then everybody else just gets dropped back into the kinship, if that's what you want to do. Let me see if I can find LOTRO transfer world transfer guide. I feel like that one might be. Oh yeah, no, I think that one might be. Here's another good guide to use. I found a different one, but it's basically the same information. That it kind of goes through like what you need to do and what you want to do if you are transferring. So, oh yeah, here's. I think Cord maybe redid it and made it this one. So, all right, so there you go. So there's a handful of links for you for if you are transferring your characters, specifically off of a Nor in this case, but in general is also useful information. Okay, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Next week we'll do definitely more festival again, because the festival is still going. I'll probably use that as a chance to catch up on something, because we have class starting back to Dutch classes on Monday, and so my brain will probably be breaking by the time we get together for gaming here on Tuesday. So I appreciate you all being here with me, though. This gives me something nice and relaxing to look forward to. And I'm sorry the cat did not choose her spot here, but instead chose her spot here. But she's still deciding where else she likes to go. So, you know, over time she'll probably end up back here again, and then you'll have more visuals of our silly cats. Maybe at some point we'll get some sort of a double bed, and then maybe they'll be both in frame. Wouldn't that be fun? Won't that be fun? Oops, I just sent a bunch of cat hair your way, sorry. All right, well, I am going to go ahead and wrap up. Next up is B4, and he'll be doing his stream about plugins, about LOTRO plugins. It's really awesome. I mean, he's got some festival stuff coming up today that I'm actually quite excited about. So I'm hoping that he'll finish that on stream, and I will probably start using it tomorrow if he puts the patch out. So, okay. I will then go ahead and sign off, and you all have a fantastic rest of your day. I hope you're enjoying the festival and staying cool in real life, as well as in the festival. Have a great rest of your week. I'll see you next Tuesday, and in the meantime, remember to stay connected to that Hobbit side of your heart. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.